The story begins with Cairo al-Mustafa gripping a weathered map his missing brother Idris left behind its edges burnt, its ink fading like dying memories as he stands at the edge of the Sahara where the dunes glow gold under the rising sun. The map trembles in his hand as he recalls Idris' last message. "If I don't return, don't look for my footprints, they won't remain." A warning Cairo ignores because blood demands loyalty, and with every step into the desert he feels both fear and devotion tightening in his chest, as if something ancient beneath the sands awakens and whispers his name. As Cairo ventures deeper, the Sahara becomes unervingly alive. Dunes shift as though inhaling, hot wind curls like fingers around his neck, and shapes appear only to vanish in the heat haze. He senses someone following him, but when he turns, he sees only an endless sea of dunes shimmering like molten gold, and with each step he notices something disturbing. His footprints erase themselves within seconds, swallowed by the sand as if the desert refuses to let proof of his existence remain. Cairo stops to drink water and freezes when he realizes he cannot remember the name of his childhood street, something so basic, so deeply rooted, gone like smoke, and panic claws up his throat as he repeats it in his head only for silence to answer, forcing him to kneel and press both palms into the sand while whispering, "You won't take me too." Though the wind seems to laugh back, carrying faint echoes of Idris calling for help. A shimmering figure appears atop a dune, a woman draped in flowing white veils that flutter like spirits in the wind, her silver hair cascading past her waist. And as Cairo approaches, she speaks with a voice like bells underwater, warning him. "Your brother is trapped between memory and sand," before her form dissolves into dust, leaving behind only a pendant engraved with Idris' initials and the chilling certainty that this desert holds its own ghosts. A violent sandstorm erupts without warning, swallowing the sky in a roar of gold and red, and Cairo is tossed like a rag doll as he wraps his cloak tightly around his face. But in the chaos, he suddenly forgets why he came here, forgetting Idris' face entirely for a terrifying moment until the storm dies and he gasps, clutching the pendant like a lifeline while fragments of memory return in painful flashes. Idris laughing, Idris shouting, Idris bleeding. Cairo hears footsteps behind him and turns sharply to find Idris himself, older, thinner, eyes like cracked glass, walking toward him in slow, unnatural movements. But when Cairo runs to embrace him, Idris disintegrates into sand that pours through his fingers, reforming into a message drawn in the dune. "Not him," a warning that chills his blood as the desert stretches silent and predatory around him. Cairo stumbles upon a lush oasis overflowing with crystalline water and whispering palms, but as he drinks greedily, he notices his reflection smiling back at him even though he is not smiling, and when he jerks away, the reflection begins speaking on its own, taunting him about all the memories he has already lost, names, places, promises, warning that by the time he finds Idris, Cairo may not even remember why saving him matters. For the first time, Cairo finds footprints that the desert does not erase, deep, heavy, desperate, but when he follows them, they begin to multiply into countless directions, leading in circles, spirals, and dead ends until the sand itself rearranges beneath his feet, mocking him with the realization that the desert is creating paths, not revealing truths, and Cairo collapses in frustration knowing he is being led deeper into its madness. A small barefoot boy appears, no older than 10, with golden skin and hair like strands of sunlight, asking Cairo if he has forgotten his shadow yet. And when Cairo demands answers, the boy only laughs with ancient wisdom, pointing toward the horizon where a titanic dune shaped like a sleeping giant waits, saying, "Your brother sleeps there, but so will you if you keep remembering the wrong things." Cairo reaches the giant dune and discovers a single preserved footprint at its peak, the exact size and shape of Idris, glowing faintly, as if infused with life. And when he touches it, a violent surge of memory floods him. Idris screaming as invisible hands dragged him beneath the sand, his final plea echoing, "Find me before I forget myself." And Cairo feels the dune tremble beneath his feet like a slumbering beast preparing to wake. The dune erupts, revealing an ocean of sand swirling like liquid gold beneath the surface, and Cairo is pulled inside, tumbling through memories that are not his, faces of strangers, forgotten wars, nameless wanderers, until the truth dawns on him. The desert feeds on identity, storing every forgotten memory within its endless depths, and Idris has been swallowed into the sea of lost selves. Inside the sand sea, Cairo encounters a colossal humanoid figure made entirely of shifting dunes, the Nemos, the ancient entity that consumes memories, and it speaks inside his mind, offering a choice. Surrender his identity willingly in exchange for Idris' release, or leave Idris to dissolve into the sands forever. And Cairo feels the weight of every memory he cherishes trembling at the edge of oblivion. Cairo refuses to forget his life and instead hurls the pendant into the Nemo's chest, causing memories of Idris to explode outward in blinding fragments, forming a vortex around them as Cairo desperately clings to his identity. The Nemos shrieks, losing control as Idris' trapped memories spill free like stars scattered across a night sky made of sand. A shimmering figure appears atop a dune, a woman draped in flowing white veils that flutter like spirits in the wind, her silver hair cascading past her waist. And as Cairo approaches, she speaks with a voice like bells underwater, warning him. Your brother is trapped between memory and sand, before her form dissolves into dust, leaving behind only a pendant engraved with Idris' initials and the chilling certainty that this desert holds its own ghosts. As Cairo carries Idris out of the collapsing sand sea, they realize the desert is erasing the path behind them faster than they can run, devouring dunes, oases, and even sunlight, turning everything into blank emptiness. And Cairo feels pieces of his identity flicker like dying candles while he pushes forward with pure willpower, refusing to surrender what makes him human. At the desert's edge, Idris collapses and begs Cairo to leave him, confessing he cannot remember who he is anymore, not his name, not his childhood, not even Cairo's face. And Cairo, trembling with exhaustion, places Idris' hand on his own heart and says, "Then remember this feeling," letting the bond between them become the final unbreakable memory the desert cannot steal. As the brothers finally step back onto solid ground, the desert behind them becomes eerily still, no longer erasing their footprints but preserving them like sacred marks, as if acknowledging their victory. Cairo looks back one last time, realizing he may never recover every memory he lost, but he walks forward with Idris, knowing that identity is more than the past. It is the choice to keep moving even when everything tries to erase you.